Awesome. So we've covered all the main things that I was curious about. We were able to translate all the values and get everything into the application. It's part of its grunt work, right? You've got to go through HTML and add all these translate directives. It sounds like the message format is something you'll only use here and there. Is that right?
Yeah.
Are there any other gotchas and things as you're going through and putting these directives in that you can think of?
No, I think we've pretty much covered most of the ones that I've come across so far.
Okay. And then if we want to load different languages, you'd have to have a different language file for each one of these?
Yeah.
So somebody's got to create those, obviously. Yeah. And there's more than two, right?
Yeah.
There's tons of languages.
And I wouldn't be creating those.
No, no. And you probably don't necessarily want to have a drop-down with every language either in it. Maybe you do, but
right.
You could have a way to change your language as well. I know a lot of big popular global sites do those kind of things too. And if we wanted to load these off of another server, we keep talking about CORS and stuff like that, but can you explain to me, what do I have to do to make sure CORS works? Like if I want to load my language file from a completely different web server.
Well, so a couple things you can do there is the server that's hosting it has to enable CORS. They need to say that my application is allowed to go make the request to that server. And then as part of the requests that are going in from your Angular app, you need to enable that as well through things like, for instance, if someone was logged in, you would need to add the with credentials flag to true so that it sends those like logged in cookies to the server, things like that.
So the server has to enable CORS, but the browser in your code, you have to say send the credentials to.
Yeah.
So that way that's a still communication.
Yep.
So the browser isn't controlling it, the server's controlling it.
Yeah.
But the browser has to agree to send the credentials.
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't sound so bad.
Yeah. That's a little more specific to credentials and logging in, more so. Like if you're just requesting language files, it's really just the server that needs to handle that.
Gotcha. Okay. It sounds great. Hey, thank you so much. I feel like I'm ready to go and internationalize my app.
Awesome.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, John.